Hello everyone, here we will see the notes of Death in Venice. The story begins as the famous author middle-aged Gustav von Aschenbach walks outside in Munich. Struggling with the new work, he finds himself overstimulated and hopes the walk will restore his calm so he can get back to work. As he trolls past a cemetery, he notices a red-haired man of foreign appearance staring at him intently. Disturbed, Gustav hurries away, deciding that the time has for him to take a vacation. Initially, he goes to the city of Pula, but soon realizes that he would rather be in Venice. In fact, he feels he must go to the Venice on the ship of the city. He observes an older man in the company of the group of gay, attractive youths. Gustav notices that the old man has made a pathetic attempt to look youthful, wearing makeup and a wig. Gustav is disgusted by this display. When he finally arrives in Venice, he has an encounter with another red-haired man, a godlier, who keeps repeating the phrase. He checks into the hotel. At dinner, he notices a young boy having supper with his wealthy, foolish family. The boy is strikingly beautiful. When Gustav sees the family again the next day on the beach, he learns the boy's name is Tadzio. He finds the boy fascinating, thinking this is the first linking of artistic inspiration. The weather shifts, becoming operationally hot. Fearing for his health in the heat and with the first hints of disease nibbling at the city's population, Gustav decides to leave for a cooler location. He is filled with regret at leaving Tadzio. However, and when his luggage is lost at the train station, he is secretly delighted. He returns to his hotel. He begins to follow Tadzio around the city, watching him constantly. One evening, while Gustav is furtively watching him, Tadzio turns and seems to smile directly at him. Moved by the beauty of the boy's expression, Gustav rushes out into the hotel garden and whispers, "I love you." In the main part of the Venice, Gustav notices concerning a disease and smells disinfectant everywhere. He is secretly and privately thrilled because he imagines that the disease is linked somehow to what he sees as the corrupting influence of Tadzio. He meets another red-haired man, this time part of a gang of performing youths who come to hotel to sing. Gustav enjoys the concert even though the music is not that he would have liked before. He sees Tadzio listening and their eyes meet for a long moment, which is thrilling to Gustav. He thinks that perhaps the boy finds him just as interesting. Gustav investigates the notice and learns that a serious cholera pandemic is breaking out. Motif, the color red. In Thomas Mann's novel Death in Venice, the color red is a prevalent motif, representing different internal conflicts that the character Gustav von Aschenbach faces. Mann uses the color to symbolize the devil, fashion, and death. The gondolier and performer both represent the devil, with their red hair, Tadzio's red bow on its outfits, and the red tie that Aschenbach wears along with his makeup represent fashion, and the strawberries that Aschenbach eats from the street. Vendor and the pomegranate juice Aschenbach drinks during the performance at the hotel represent death. In the novel, the reader meets two characters who have the same personality and have the aura of the devil. When first entering Venice, Aschenbach gets a ride from a rude gondolier who was always sprinkling his reddish eyebrows. Realizing that he is not going to his preferred destination, Aschenbach speaks up to describe the gondolier as having surely arrogant behavior, so different from the way strangers are normally treated by the locals seemed intolerable. Aschenbach fears for a while that this man has bad intentions and that the ride will not end well. After getting off the gondola, Aschenbach finds out that the gondolier is only the gondolier who has no license. Like the gondolier, the performer at the hotel is also a character with bad intentions. While singing and playing the guitar, Aschenbach observed this man at a distance from his companions with his shabby felt hat pushed so far back that a tuft of his red hair stuck out under the brim. While collecting money after his band's performance, Aschenbach asks him about the plague, but the performer denies any knowledge of it. Aschenbach then smells a strong odor of carbolic acid wafting off the performer, which explains his suspicious actions and outlandish behavior. These characters connect to the devil because Judas, who betrayed Jesus, also had real hair. These characters seem to betray Aschenbach by lying to him, at least not telling the full truth, by using the red bow that Tadzio wears along with Aschenbach's desire. Look young for Tadzio. Mann also expresses passion through the color red. Tadzio, often wearing a red silk bow on the chest, allows Aschenbach to spot him in a crowd or find him easily on the beach or in the ocean. The red bow symbolizes the passion Aschenbach feels and how he believes that Tadzio feels the connection between the two of them as well. When entering Venice, Aschenbach is presented with an old man who is all dolled up, trying to look and disgusted by all of the makeup and crimson cheek. Aschenbach leaves the ferry. One uses the old man as a way to foreshadow the end of the book. Aschenbach surrenders to his passion for Tadzio by clambering to the hotel barber, allowing the barber to dress him up and make him look young with a red tie and lips, porting in a shade of raspberry. In the article Thomas Mann's Death in Venice, Preference Guide, Els Schuckmann relates Aschenbach to the old man on the ferry, saying that the color red then shows both how Aschenbach eventually comes to resemble a character he once found disgusting, and that Tadzio connected to the two of them. Schuckmann connects Tadzio to both of the old man on the ferry and Aschenbach by inspiring the passion Aschenbach has for him and wanting him to act like the old man. Death is symbolized in this novel by the pomegranate juice and by the strawberries that Aschenbach buys off a street vendor. While watching the performers at the hotel, Aschenbach sat by the balustrade from the time to cooling lips with the ruddy red mixture of pomegranate juice and soda that sparkled in the glass in front of him. Fruit of death. In ancient Greek mythology, pomegranates were known as the fruit of death. In the article Persephone by Micah Lindemans, the author explains the story of Persephone. Like Persephone, the Greek goddess of the underworld, Aschenbach drank the pomegranate juice that brings death. Venice can be seen in the underworld because once Persephone ate the pomegranate seeds, they bound her to the underworld forever. The color red in instant can be connected to death. Conclusion. Death in Venice story follows Gust Owen Aschenbach, a renowned writer who, while on occasion in Venice, becomes infatuated with the young foolish boy named Tadzio. As Aschenbach succumbs to his forbidden desire, he becomes increasingly obsessed and oblivious to the looming cholera pandemic in the city. Through the portrayal of Aschenbach, Death in Venice contains with both an affirmation and resistance of the world anti-bourgeois values. If you like these notes, please let me know in the comment box. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.